Those Cortezes?
King D's nut. No, those are Nike SB fucking fajitos. No. It's going to be the...
Fajitos?
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're good.
Yeah.
Ay.
Ooh.
La la la.
Yeah.
Touch my tra-la-la. What's up, everybody?
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
You know what song I really like is Alice DJ. Do you think I'm better off alone?
Oh, that's a good one, bro.
That's my theme
People
song.
don't fuck with 80s, 90s freestyle, bro. I fuck with that shit, dog.
Hell yeah, that's like a theme song.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to all the foos out there. I know they be about that shit out there. Stevie B and all that.
Well, shout out to all the Filipinos too.
That too, no, absolutely.
Shout out to give me a reason. That's a good song.
I love
too.
you, Buffy.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Buffy, dude. Love them.
What's up? It's your boy John.
Rommel.
We got Sean in the background on the ones and twos.
Yes, sir.
There he is. Damn. I have to pee again. Holy shit! But
You have to pee again?
I probably do. But
Yeah. Don't worry about it. You go. I'll get this train going. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Go pee. Yeah. Shout out to everybody that came back. You know, we're on episode 21. You know, it's a beautiful day. It's kind of windy. I don't know if anyone's kind of tracking up on that side, but it's kind of windy. Sean has his shirt off, putting his shirt back on. Yep. We're still on Pride. Happy Pride. Yeah, we're still doing the gay stuff. But, you know, I just wanted to acknowledge Pride. You know, there was a lot of people that was really happy that we acknowledged it. And I don't know if you know this, but it's not like we switch off on and off about ICE. It's still fuck ICE. I don't know. People are like, oh, you know, you only say it on one time and then you're done with it. No. It's still fuck ICE till we die. But yeah, we just want to make it very clear. We're not okay with families being separated. We're not okay with this fucking. Did you almost drink your pee? We're not okay with this whole fucking Nazi agenda that is going on. Now, can I be straight? I'm a patriot. I'm an American, but that is not okay, man. And I know a lot of people got really fucking, I want to say, not controversial, but people got opinionated about what we said. You know, Trump's fucking parade was gay, bro. It's fucking Pride Month. So shout out to all them people that, you know, said some stuff.
if you want a king, that's kind of.
Did you change your pants? That's pretty good, dude. That's really nice pants.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's a nice pants, dude. I like that.
Thanks. I did.
Yeah.
I do.
No, because it's hot outside, so I know you put some pants on. So I was like, inside here.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, but I like these. These North Face.
They are. They're Norte face.
Hey.
Let me tell you a story about these pants when I bought them. I think the girl was trying to flirt with me when I was like buying them from the store.
Yeah, those are nice.
She goes, when I went to the cashier, she goes, "Oh, are these comfortable?" I was trying to get my dad some. I was like, where's this conversation going?
Yeah.
I didn't know how to talk. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, do women scare you? Is that what's going on?
Low key, because they feel like they got they got some ulterior motives. Right? Why can't you just be straight up?
Dude, Shannon Sharp is the perfect example of what's going on in in what's going on in society.
Yeah.
Where like Shannon Sharp has made his intentions very clear. And you know what? We don't want to get into this whole thing, but you know, it's like
That's the thing, though.
I don't even want to get, like he said, I don't even want to get into an elevator by myself with a woman because then the conversation starts.
And then it's what's the word? Convoluted.
Yeah.
There's no witnesses.
Right.
And yeah.
Anyways, just wanted to bring that up, but those are nice pants, dude. I like that.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah. You know, one time I was at work. I won't say the name, but I went like this. I went like this, and they're like, hey, you know, I used to run with some norteños back in the day. And I was like,
Does that mean norteño?
Yeah, because X4. Yeah, X4.
I don't know.
Northern. Northern.
I've been here for so long, and I just didn't really.
Yeah, but anyways, long story short, yeah, they shit. Oh God.
My fault.
Oh my God, we might get shizot. A lot of norteño music was in the Bay Area as well too.
Right. No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And a lot of Bay music is influenced by norteños as well too. So
I have some family that like run with the Nortes. That's why.
Yeah.
But I just never knew. That.
yeah, well, yeah,
I need to stop doing that.
Well, because I told Sean knows this, but I won't say this.
Once you show me something, I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm not about work, but I said there's 4.
Right.
And Sean probably knows what I'm talking about. And so they're like, hey, fool, I used to run with the North. I was like, no, that's not. I'm saying there's 4 people. Like, you fucking asshole. Like, anyways, yeah.
Nice. No, some history.
Yeah.
Some hood history.
Hell yeah. People don't know that
That
know,
you're hood.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, living in Trench Town, living in the avenues.
You gotta remember what, people, yeah.
Shout out to Caesar, bro. Shout out to Caesar, my entry level into the gang life. Shout out to Mark as well, too, bro.
Can you stop using the full government
I'm
name?
so sorry, man. I just wanted to give them a shout out. Love them. Sorry, we'll cut out the last names. But just shout out to them, dude. Because like, my Bel Air Elementary and my whole life just kind of, like, revolved around groups. And I think that's why I have tattoos of groups on me. Just to kind of be a part of, the culture.
It's your history, if anything.
Yeah. People have gang history. I have group history, It's like, I don't...
Is that what you call it? You don't think of us as a gang?
Do you consider... I consider us as a crew.
I consider us as barcada. Barcada?
Brothers.
Yeah, shit like that.
Amigos? No.
Why not?
Yeah. No, I think we're all brothers.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're a gang.
But then, my grandma, back then... She used to always be like, "Oh, don't hang out with your barcada too much, blah blah blah." So it made me think like that.
Really?
Is my barcada like my gang? So I don't know.
I think of us as a crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think of us as a crew. The crew meaning that we're all individuals.
Fast and the Furious.
yeah. Fast and Furious type shit.
I'm ludicrous.
Yeah.
I'm Tyrese.
You're Tyrese? Dude, who can I be? Can I be
You're Han.
Yeah, I'm Han. Yeah, I'm Han. Yeah, I'm Han. Yeah, some wisdom shit.
Yeah. You die, but you come back.
Yeah. No, I think of us as a crew.
Yeah.
That's really, not a gang, but a crew. I've been a part of a lot of
cruise.
Crews. Yeah, a lot of crews. Anyways, but yeah, long story short, I
They
think
should call you Tom Cruise. What the fuck? Holy shit.
Well, we were drinking before this for sure. Let's crack open. Well, we also took a shot. Did we take a shot?
We did not take that shot yet.
Holy shit, dude, we are on 3 right now. No, it's on. Yeah.
Let me put a little bit more.
Yo, I like your sweater, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, shout out to Revive. Yo, shout out to AD. Shout out to the lovely AD that started
the one and only, the
voluptuous
ludicrous. The big booty.
Yeah, I know what I love about this is that he's gonna listen to this in his new shop.
Yeah.
He's gonna.
Right.
Shout out to the big booty AD.
Shout out. Big
that
booty
guy,
brown hole.
Dude, you know what? I still think about his fucking
brown
sisig,
eye,
bro.
Huh?
Oh, his sisig.
Shout out Tita Reggie, bro.
Tita Reggie, bro.
Man, that's sisig.
It got us through a lot of times, dude. It got us through a lot of times.
Yeah.
Two big memories that I remember him. One is that we used to do, what is that thing that, Sean, what is that fitness program that we used to do on the DVD? And we used to... Insanity. We used to do it in his parking garage where he used to... Something like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
We used to do it in his like little garage thing, his driveway.
Yeah.
And then the second one is that when we tried to get a pool table in his backyard. I have a video. We never fucking used the goddamn pool table, but it was such a great memory. God, I love those memories.
That shit was heavy as hell.
Yeah, he had a boxing bag over there too. I used to box with. Oh my god. Yep. So many great times that fucking. ADs,
my favorite part in the video that you made a long time ago.
Yeah.
That little like group video.
Yeah.
It's like when we're mowing the lawn.
Oh yeah.
Mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, mowing the lawn, we're just doing the fucking Running Man.
Yeah. And then we used to steal fucking food, like vegetables and food, because he has a barbecue set. Dude, shout out to AD, man. Love you. Love Revive. Proud of you for the next step. Cheers. Take a shot for you, brother. Take a shot for you. Cheers. Well, anyways, while you're taking a piss in the corner over there and drinking your own beer, I just wanted to acknowledge, on the last episode, we did talk about a lot of gay stuff because of Pride.
Yeah, and, it's still Pride right now,
Yeah, it's still Pride, you're right. And, I think we need to mix it up. I need to talk about masculinity.
Yeah. Men's mental health.
Yeah, men's mental health. Yeah. So, like, some things I want to say is, like, drag your nuts across the rocks.
Be a man.
Be a man. You know what I'm talking about, right? That
be
video?
A man.
Yeah,
I love that guy.
Yeah.
He's everyone's uncle, if anything, at this point.
Yeah, he's looking down and he's disappointed. Don't chase that fucking shot. Be a man.
Right.
Yeah, you got any?
Help that old lady across the street.
Yeah,
be a man.
Yeah.
You gotta like say some wise shit. But
Yeah,
also, like,
yeah.
Stuff that makes sense.
When you're in the bathroom, cover your friend up while he's doing coke in the bathroom. Be a man.
Be a man. Yeah. I like that. I like that.
I like that.
He comes up with really good. I don't know how they come up with that shit. Like they just have it on record.
Dude,
like,
just bangers.
Right, every
Just
fucking
bangers.
time.
I mean, like,
every fucking
think about it.
time.
It's just a green screen and then his face.
It looks like it looks like he's falling asleep half the time, or he's fucking stoned. I don't know.
I mean, content creating at its finest, right there, dude. Yeah, be a man, bro.
Yeah.
We forget to be a man sometimes. Do you think we got soft?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really? No, you really think that?
Yeah, no, but I think also soft in no sense where it's like where we are to focused on like soft as in like we get too sensitive with our sensitivity, if that makes sense.
No, it does make sense.
Like, like it's one thing to acknowledge your sensitivity, right? But then like, oh man, I'm the way I am because of that. Like, all right, do something about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like now that we all know, do something about it. Right? Like
There's no follow up.
Follow up.
Follow
up. Like don't just say it just cause. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like saying like
I'm healing. I'm going to
it's a
therapy.
disclosure. Yeah, it's a disclosure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like sometimes you're like, I have IBS, some shit like that.
I remember one time I had this one job before, and I brought up to my manager. I was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I get a little. I forgot how I said it, but it's basically like saying like, oh, I'm a little autistic, but I didn't say those words.
Right.
And then he was just like, I'm glad you brought that up.
Awareness.
So, yeah. So he was like,
inclusion, diversity.
Yeah. But like, it wasn't a weakness for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just said like, oh, if it comes off that I'm not on the upkeep, it's because of something else. But, but believe me, I am on the upkeep.
There is a gentleman that I know that I work with that puts that up front. I dyslexic and have ADHD. Those are two things that are like very common. Yeah. But he says like, hey, if we start to diverge, just understand. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
I appreciate that. I observe and I'm like, well, I mean, he already set expectations in the beginning of this interaction, so it's like,
absolutely,
you can't be mad at him.
Absolutely.
Like he brought it up. It's funny, bro. It's funny because I think that we did get soft, right? I mean, I've expressed that I've lost my edge, my ambition, something like that. Right. My test levels are fucking low. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that like I'm not. My drive is not.
I haven't even checked my T levels or whatever.
Oh, we should, dude. We're 30s. We should check our T levels.
I mean, I did get some blood work done, but I don't think you have to specify what you're trying to look. Right.
Yes. Yeah, you would see like low energy.
Right. I asked like,
fatigue.
can you see if there's cancer? I asked that the last time. Is there cancer? Blah blah. And they're like, oh, you're good.
I recently got over the idea of the stigma of like you go to doctors, they should know everything about, and they're like, I'm fine. That's like the worst person to say I'm fine to, because they should know everything about what's going on. Because like you can't, like, you're not holding this persona with your doctor. Like they should know what's going on, because it's like I can't treat you if I don't know.
No, absolutely.
Right. And then that also like false narrative kind of thing. So, that's like the last. So yeah, like my last time I just talk about T levels. I talk about, just awareness. Just awareness, cancer. Just a lot of things that I wanted to just be aware of, and make sure that I'm, not focused, but I'm like, like I know where I'm at. Because a lot of times I get scared of like people are like, oh, when's the last time you did this? And I'm like, like, I don't have that conversation.
I never had that.
Yeah, I
never did that.
I don't want to have that conversation.
I never had a colonoscopy before, but we're coming up on that age.
When is that age?
It's around 34, 35.
Okay.
Around there.
Nice.
Like before 40. Something like that.
Oh.
Yeah. Get a camera shoved up your ass.
Yeah. That's not the... what's the other one when you're older and they check your asshole? Is it the same thing? That's the one I'm talking about? Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, shout out. Maybe this is your reminder if you're a little bit older to
get your asshole checked.
We got a question last week. It says, if you had the opportunity, would you suck someone off before a disaster? Now, I don't know I think what they meant, because on Instagram it's like really limited, like the characters that you could say.
Okay.
So I think that he was like saying like to prevent
A disaster?
Right, like,
Would you suck
why
someone
would you
off?
suck someone off before, like, this is the last time I'm gonna suck you off, you know?
Unless
I think
you
they
really-
meant, like, preventing
The disaster? Or maybe he was just like, what, can you say that one time?
Yeah. So, well, what they said,
right.
again, from last podcast, I'm not gonna mention any names because I think that was a big, huge thing. So, they, yeah, what? They said, would you suck someone off before a disaster? I think they meant prevent a disaster.
I don't know, man.
Because I've seen this on and the reason why I asked this, and I think this is good because it's full circle. Another podcast has answered this question. They said, like, suck someone off before a disaster, like 9/11. Like, if you could suck Osama bin Laden's dick before 9/11.
Oh, shit.
Like, to prevent, would you? You know? And so I don't know if that's what he was saying. Yeah, that's a great question.
All right.
Shout out to you. I don't want to say your name.
If we're going to go down that road, would you have sucked off Hitler? Or like, because in my argument would be like, all of that was supposed to happen. So society could be the way it is today.
Wow.
So what kind of disaster are we talking about?
You know, I always think about that, and this is just a tangent, but if it wasn't that war or what they did to the Jews, I think they could have done worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
a few episodes ago, I was talking about Unit 731, right?
Yeah.
The only reason why we know the human body is made out of 70% water is because of them.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so I understand that fact. The fact that we know that fact is because of that.
It's kind of scary, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would suck off Hitler. Yeah, I would suck him off. I think that now when I talk about sucking them off, do I know what I know, like technique and strategy? Or,
Technique is wait.
because this could be a 5-minute thing. Or
Oh,
it could
like
be
how,
a
like you
20-minute
try to
thing,
get
you
him
know?
off. Like
Yeah. Like, do I know the ways to get somebody off, or?
I know I get myself.
I get myself off.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out do I know what I know? Am I sucking?
Can I apply it?
Yeah, can I apply it? Yeah.
Well, let me tell you one thing. Every time I get hit from a girl,
Yeah, let's talk about that.
it always takes me a long time to like just.
I actually can't ejaculate off of head. Yeah, it always leads to something else.
Yeah.
You always just like. I can't get ahead. I can't just get.
You
head.
can't get ahead of yourself.
I can't just get head and not do more. That's just like
You need to do more to finish.
Foreplay, you know.
Yeah, right.
Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
no, yeah, right.
Here to answer your question, I would suck off Hitler to save a lot of Jews. I would. Wow, I don't know why I emphasize the Jews part.
I know, yeah.
But I would save all those lives. I would take it to the chin. I think that would be a good one. Would you? Who is the dictator or the Communist Party in Vietnam who took over Vietnam during that Vietnam War?
I don't know his name.
Ho Chi Minh. That's what his name is.
The city?
That's not the city. You're right. Sean, can we look it up, man? Just the dictator during the Vietnam War.
I don't-
That we went. You know what I'm talking about? To save all those Vietnamese people.
You know, I'm not actually big on Vietnamese history. Like the
Oh, really?
The people. Like I'm not big on the characters.
Yeah.
Characters as if it was like a fictional story.
Yeah.
But like no, the players. I don't know the big players. Damn. I know like Pol Pot and all that.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Mao Zedong, etc.
Mao Zedong. Would you
That's
suck off
China.
Mao Zedong?
To prevent all of that?
Yeah.
Maybe. But then again, where would that lead the rest of
You're right.
society?
Great question, but I don't know if it falls back, dude.
You know, 'cause
Great question, dude. But great. I don't think I would suck off.
we keep saying what he said, disaster. Why we keep bringing up like these dictators?
Yeah, but then like a tsunami doesn't really. There's no one
A
behind
tsunami.
them. Yeah, he just sucks someone. I think he meant prevent. I want to say prevent. I think he meant prevent.
I would hope
disaster.
so.
Just why are we sucking people off before a disaster?
Because you wanted to.
Okay, fine. All right.
If anything, let's ask Snapper. Who would you suck off?
Yeah.
Huh?
Leave it in the comments. Who was sucking off?
Yeah. Who would you suck off before a disaster?
Dude. Look, man.
What? Okay, how about this? What disaster would you prevent if you could
That's a good
prevent
question.
it by
That's a good
sucking off
question.
someone?
Yeah. A disaster? I mean,
You know?
classify as a disaster. I mean, honestly, bro, I would try to suck off. There's just so much death, you know, in the world. It's a great question. We'll get back to that. We'll circle back. Just to prevent a disaster.
Me, for one, I'd probably suck off whoever was in charge of the Armenian genocide.
Oh yeah, dude.
Or whatever.
Actually, I know someone that actually got affected by that.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So like, yeah, who knows what would have happened? Like the Kardashians probably wouldn't be on top anymore, etc.
Yeah, I actually had a question from last podcast. Not like like it's just what's happening. Right? I think that we missed a key word. Is that like is it a genocide? Is it what is that? I think it's just I take the take of like what Theo Von has said. It's just like no matter what. Kids blown up to pieces, people being blown up to pieces, and the damage that war has taken. That is a huge one. So I think we were sidestepping that on the last podcast. I think we just didn't really like touch upon it. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what take you have. Ripping people's families apart and kids being blown up, families being blown up, that's not okay. No, I don't know if
because that's reality,
right?
Know? Like in another part of the world, like for us, that's something that we see on our screens, but then on their end, that's literally their reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Desensitization. We've talked about this before. It's just like that's not okay. Yeah. And a week has passed, and we still don't know how we can do more. Right? We're just we're talking about it. We're bringing awareness, but what does that mean?
Yeah, I guess it's also like like what people also like. They want to know where you stand, blah blah blah, etc.
It's hard.
For me, I can say like I'm not an anti-Semite. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I am an anti-Zionist. You know what I mean? And then I always feel like
thank you for sharing that.
I always feel like people get the two combined. They think like if you're anti-Zionist, you're an anti-Semite. I'm not. What the fuck? No, I just don't want you to fucking. If you know what Zionism is, I'm not gonna dive deep into that because I think it's gonna turn into a whole thing. But if you know what it is, then you know that.
Yeah, you know what you know.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. Yeah. And here's the thing, man. We will say what we need to say, and then we will talk amongst if it's if it's need be. But I definitely think. What a great podcast last podcast was, bro. We just we went off and we said what we need to say. Jesus. Yo, shout out to Oliver who was noticing that you didn't take the cap off of the fucking bottle. Shout out to him, dude. Look, man, we want to just make our intentions clear. I am an American. I'm a patriot. I said this in the beginning of the podcast. And my stance is my stance. We can always disagree. Absolutely. That's okay.
And that's
okay.
That's what made America America, baby.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Fuck a dictatorship. Fuck a doc pot.
No, shout out to
fuck a beat. I'ma go acapella.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Let's take a shot, dude. What the thing about it is that I know we started a little bit late. And taking shots, dude. I don't want to take a shot.
You don't have to, bro.
Can we change it up? No, because then
we could. We could.
Hell yeah. Dude, fucking piss breaks are so fucking adamant, bro. Like, it's so important.
Bro. Energy drinks and alcohol, they're diuretics. So they just go through you fast.
I know. I don't like it, dude. Like, I used to be a really monster guy. Sounds so gay.
Yeah, you were.
Monster guy. No, like, it's just so sugary, dude.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, and the liquor store didn't have any fucking.
That's why I wanted the white one.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the sugar free.
You know what he said though? He said that they expire. That's what he said.
I believe it. Wait.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I wonder how long he had it. Then.
Yeah, well, that's also true. So. Dude, I went to go piss, dude. Dude, I'm back on milk. This is the third week on my milk, dude. Like whole milk. If you lift my guest bathroom, like the lid, it's just diarrhea everywhere, bro. It's just like fucking diarrhea everywhere. Like I just like it's a great laxative. Well, I mean, I'm cleaning it, but it's just like it's a great laxative. But do you think I'm consuming so much milk?
Do you think it's helping clean your system, or do
I
you
feel
think
good? At least from the last podcast, I feel bloated. But now it's just like running through me. You know?
Are you lactose intolerant or whatever?
I am.
You are.
But I'm like drinking just straight milk, no cereal,
and it's just straight diarrhea.
Just diarrhea.
Is that how it happens?
Like, I mean, like, there's only way to trigger diarrhea, right? You drink a lot of water, or you drink tap water from other countries or something
Sure,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Absolutely.
But then I'm drinking milk, like a laxative, like a
Yeah,
natural,
yeah.
like laxative, and then I'm having diarrhea. But in the first 2 weeks, I was really bloated, and then now I'm like feeling good. But there's a lot of diarrhea.
No, the only
you
reason
can die from diarrhea.
you can,
Yeah,
dehydration.
yeah,
absolutely.
so.
The only reason why I'm like dumbfounded, I guess, on milk and diarrhea is like, because some people they get constipated.
I think the first 2 weeks I was constipated. Remember, I think I brought it up last week. I was constipated
from milk.
Yeah, and then whole milk. Yeah.
I feel like we're diving into that whole.
No, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Milk is.
Yeah. Shout out to JR
and Brian.
Shout out to JR Brian.
Yeah.
Thought about you this morning when we got the Guinness Extra Stouts. Shout out to you guys.
You're like, ooh,
yeah.
my face.
Yeah, my face. Hercules. You know, I think about. You know, I mentioned this last week. I had a hard week last week.
Yeah.
Did I have a hard week this week? I don't know. Beer's just
It's
a cold one.
Yeah. I've what do you call it? Lately,
Yeah.
the last week, like you said, I've had longish week. So I had bought a 6-pack. Yeah. Just had that one beer after work. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, I'm lightweight now when it comes to the beer. I've been cutting down for
That's
what
good.
it's. Yeah.
That's good, dude.
So like when I do have those like what you're saying, like those moments where it's a long day, just need that one beer.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of English people, or maybe the United, like brewery, UK, like let's get a pint, you know, like, and I just
Green Street Hooligans. You watch that movie?
hell yeah, dude. Green Street Hooligans.
I'm forever blowing bubbles.
Do you remember watching that at 80s?
Yeah. Yo.
Hell yeah. Dude.
Hell yeah. Don't ever watch the sequels, guys.
Was that bad?
Trash.
Yeah, you know, I was watching Moana 2 last week, and like
There's a second one.
yeah, but it's just like I just never feel like the second one's better than the first one.
Absolutely.
And also, Lilo and Stitch
live
wasn't
action?
as good as.
I heard they got rid of Ohana.
Yeah, dude.
They didn't even have that whole scene in there.
Yeah, dude.
They even have the main alien big guy in it. Apparently,
that's tragic, bro.
they're all cash grabs. Remakes are cash grabs.
I know, but they didn't include the director from the first one, which I think is a huge miss because that's like the foundation.
Is that like a thing though? I mean, I feel like
just Train the Dragon did get one-on-one, like 1-to-1 shots.
Did the movie come out already?
Yeah, it came out June 13th. Yeah, so I didn't watch it, but I like reviews wise.
Mm-hmm. But like it actually followed.
Yeah, like 1-to-1.
Shout out DreamWorks.
Yeah, shout out to Gerald Butler for fucking taking a. He was a dad.
Oh, I didn't know
He
that.
took the.
I fuck with Gerard Butler.
Yeah,
man crush right there.
Really?
I liked him in P.S. I Love You. Sad movie.
Great. Right.
Perspective. I didn't when I first so when I first watched that movie, it was during a time of like when I was still going to the rental store. The video store, just renting movies.
Oh, dude, like just
random, like let me get this. I just came out from like the whole 300 high.
Yeah,
like I love Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler before 300, or after 300.
P.S. I Love You came out after 300.
Really?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He's just
he's
jacked, bro.
Yeah. I mean, but also you gotta remember CGI too was a big part of that movie.
Really?
Well. CGI,
Well, I mean, obviously. Not like the environment, but I mean like his body. I thought that was natural. Yeah.
But then so it was like random seeing him as King Leonidas one time, and then next thing you know he's fucking dying from cancer. P.S. I Love You. Yeah,
well, I haven't watched that movie in a while.
Good movie.
Good movie. Yeah.
Fuck, where was I going with this? But
it's okay. Dude.
I just know going from I remember watching. I don't know what I was expecting in my head. I was like thinking like 300 Gerard Butler. Yeah.
Oh, like some like he's gonna bust out.
I don't know what I was thinking in my head was gonna like change, but yeah, I don't know. That was a funny time.
Yeah. I know you. Dude, here's what you need to do, bro.
He's gonna fight cancer.
Throw that vodka away because we were drinking before this podcast. Throw it away. No more vodka. We're done, dude. Because it's a lot, dude. We get a little silly. We get a little silly.
One
on this
shot.
podcast. Yeah. Another shot. One more shot.
All right, fine. One more.
I do want to ask you. You know, there's a big part of me that wants to ask. Is there any special like collaborations that you've ever thought like with companies that you've always wanted to see happen? I was thinking about the other day. I was at IKEA, and I was thinking about, you know what would be a great collaboration? IKEA and Uniqlo, like a minimalist. You know, because IKEA doesn't sell clothes.
Yeah,
this is really random, but I just wanted to make sure.
I see where you're going with it, but also at the same time, it's like, what would be what is the finished product that comes out?
There's no finished product. It's just like a collab. Like there's a small collaboration. You know, like
Uniqlo, Uniqlo has a lot of collabs with like a lot of animes, right?
Yeah,
like,
I would love to see IKEA and Uniqlo like collab. That'd be cool. Is there any like collaborations that you were hoping to grab? No,
I don't know.
No, that's. I just wanted to ask you. Like, I always thought I wanted like Nike to get back into like the hiking, because I know they have the old ACG like wear. But I wanted them to get into like hiking.
I felt like the quality. It's just like it's still high price, but the quality is like diminished.
Yeah, I wish that Nike got into another branch.
Which is why, like, when you're talking about the Brooks. Yeah. That's why I even started looking at these other shoes, Asics, Brooks, Ultra, blah blah. Yeah. Because Nike and all them, like, they already got the profits, so they don't even have to worry about comfort anymore.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so sad, bro.
It is. They don't reward loyalty.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's the same thing with like
maybe that's just us getting older and like, I gotta get my dad's shoes. Right. Because I'm in that phase now. Like, I don't care. I was talking with Ryan, Warren's brother, not a long topic, sorry, a while ago. But then it was along the same topic about like keeping up with the Joneses. Like why buy all these shoes that you only wear like once in a while, blah blah. Like, buy it for comfort, buy it for practical uses.
Yeah,
so that's where I'm at right now.
But dude, I mean, honestly, bro, like, I know that we, like, for my job I wear a uniform, but then like I wear the same pair. Even it's just like, I'm here to do a job. Like, it doesn't really matter what I wear, you know. But it's just like comfort wise, it's like I can go 8 hours, you know. So I think that's what's more important to me. But yeah, I just wanted to ask. I mean, I know that we kind of like go in and out of like fashion, right? Just kind of like things that we would love to collab. Like, I would love to see like an SF brand collaborate with Giants. Like, I would love to see
100,
Stay Gold, like a gold, not Benny Gold. Benny Gold. Right. Yeah, I would like Benny Gold. I know he collaborated with the Warriors, but I like to have him collaborate with like the Giants or like the Niners.
Wasn't the hundreds a Bay thing? Is it a Bay thing? It was LA. Okay, and that's why he's in charge of like the Disney thing now, right? Okay, I thought they were a Bay thing this whole time.
Yeah. Is there any collabs that you would love to see like together, Sean, or anything like that? Because I mean, even for Nike, I would love Nike to go into like the hiking world.
That's what ACG is, right? Or
yeah, but they did more like not mainstream stuff. So,
and if it was really pricey,
and very pricey,
what you can get,
nothing too crazy. Not on top. Yeah, for sure. Do you ever feel like when you go to an event, do you ever feel like you buy too much alcohol? Because like for me, I don't want to run out of alcohol, but I always feel like I'm like running too much alcohol. Does this ever make sense to you?
Yeah, no.
Like we go to an event and like, let's just buy like 30 racks of beer, or like, you know, like Coronas and like 4 bottles.
Right.
And we're like at a pregame. Like, why the fuck do I buy? Because like the worst thing in my head is like running out of alcohol,
and that's fair. You'd rather buy a lot more than
fucking run out.
Because then you never know. Like, there's probably other people that aren't thinking about. The other people going there are thinking like, oh, it's going to be covered.
Right. You know. Right. So you're like trying to compensate. Yeah. Compensate.
But also you're right though. Like, why only?
Yeah.
That's why it feels like we're not going through it all, because you're the one buying it all.
Yeah. You know, because you mentioned that before, where the alcohol was gone, and I was like, no, we ran through that shit.
I was like, oh shit. Oh.
Yeah. But there was more alcohol. But yeah, I always feel like, you know, when we were younger and you know, we were at Victor's house, we'd always buy 30 racks because like beer was the way to go, just because like, we were playing games a lot.
Yep.
But yeah, it was just, I would always just buy so much more, and then that would fill up the fridge, and then you're like, what do you do with all this alcohol? Like, we went camping, and, you know, I remember, like, Sean took a lot of our beers one time, and she's like, Sean doesn't drink beer. It's like, what, like, you know, like,
we save it for the next event, like, hopefully.
Compensate so much, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
But the worst is being drunk and then have to do a beer run.
That's
the worst.
You're right. And I think that's why I even buy so much in the first place, because I don't want to do that.
Do a beer run. Like, you have to get, like, stop the fun. go to your car, risk, anyways. But
yeah, but no, you're right. Because then at the wedding or whatever, I had all those bottles left still. I was like, oh shit, we still have it. But yeah,
people were drinking. I don't know if you were aware. Like, people were drinking. People were drinking, and it's just.
I didn't know that other people brought more drinks or whatever. Yeah.
Is your Guinness a choice? You like Guinness?
I fuck with it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it more in a glass bottle. I think that's more
a little glass thing. Yeah, absolutely. God damn it.
No, you're good, dude. I like it.
I'm very gray right now. I didn't realize I wasn't planning.
Yeah, you're actually really gray.
I didn't really plan on it.
Because you were wearing shorts before this, and then you put the pants on, and I was like,
yeah.
Oh, I like that.
I wasn't planning on it.
Yeah.
I'm really messy.
Is that monochromatic? Is that what it's called?
Is that the word? Monochromatic? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
what type font am I? Typeface am I?
And a lot of my questions today are just going to be revolving around what we kind of introduced into the last podcast. And I think it's important. John, I don't know if you know this, but there are people that listen to us. I know that sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah,
absolutely. But we need to acknowledge that now, because what happens is that when you get to a level of influence, you start not shaping or dictating people's thoughts about life. But I will say that, like, Theo Von, Bad Friends, Joe Rogan, etc., they allow me to get into this space where I can think about how I feel. They don't tell me how to feel, but they allow me to think how I feel. And so last podcast, we did bring up a lot of topics: pride, Trump, etc., ICE, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And so with all this war that's happening, how do you feel? Like, do we, as an American, right, we do have to acknowledge, like, yo, this is not correct. I am scared, right? We just kind of sidestep. But for me, we are a week away, because it's been a week already, because Trump said in 2 weeks he'll make an acknowledgement about the Iran-Israel conflict. And now we're a week down. How do we feel about, like, this? Like, are we going to be okay? Like, also, like, just keep going. Yeah.
No.
People are listening to it. The people are asking us what's going on. Like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, no. I'm just as lost as the rest of us. You know,
and I think that's what it is. They want to know the real.
Yeah. No, I feel it. I'm also disheartened by the way things are going. That dog feels the same way as well. Sure. These are very uncertain. Like, we always talk about uncertain times, etc. But this is definitely. I mean, I borderline want to argue that we are already living in World War III right now, currently. You know, I mean, what depicts a world war is like when every superpower is sending troops somewhere, blah blah. But I think with the way things are happening all around the world right now, I mean, with the way media is capturing it, I mean, we've seen the overseas workers, like Chinese overseas workers in Iraq. They were videotaping the launch missiles from Iran to Israel. And that is the most apocalyptic thing I've ever seen in my 33 years of living.
Are you also talking about another thing that disheartened me was, like, when they're having a wedding or like a dance party and they're playing music and jazz. Right. There's missiles literally being...
Yeah. For those people in those countries, that's their reality. You know what I mean? That's what they've been knowing. For the rest of us, we're like witnessing and we're like, holy shit, shit's getting real now, blah, blah.
I know. Yeah, sorry to bring this podcast in, but I think we have an opportunity. The last podcast, people were just asking. You know, you're not on social media, so people are asking, so it's like... No, not to put you on the spot, man.
No.
Like, when I think about this... Is it a proxy war? Can we say it's a proxy war?
Definitely. There's
It's like a proxy war.
The Cold War never ended.
Like, it's just like, first of all, is there still aliens? Like, did we just drop that whole alien conversation?
Right.
Like, is there still drones in New Jersey? Like, did we stop thinking about that?
Let me tell you this much.
Yeah.
When I first heard about that story in New Jersey, that was like months ago, right? Months ago. We practically just first started this podcast, I think, during that time. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, there's no more, like,
you don't talk about anymore.
News about it or whatever.
What were the drones?
The same thing happened during World War II, or before we joined the war as well. Like, there was like UFO stuff, blah blah blah. on home. I think it was like on the West Coast side this time, or like during World War II. Same thing, same kind of thing happened. Bro, with all this shit happening right now, it's just selective distraction. I don't know how to explain
Absolutely.
it. You know
I feel
mean?
distracted for sure.
Right.
No, all I'm saying
Like
is like it's very convenient.
Yeah,
It's just very convenient.
Right.
It's just very convenient that there's this bill passing. We stopped talking about aliens. There's ice happening. There's a war happening.
Not just a war. There's wars.
Yeah, there's just wars happening.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just very convenient. And with the last podcast, the feedback that I got was that like people are listening to us, which is a fucking very weird thing to hear because we also we're not experts.
Definitely not.
We're not experts. So
My only advice is to keep all aspects open. You know what I mean? Like be open to all aspects.
Well, we're doing a good thing by just having the conversation.
Yeah.
So it's just like for that, it's just like I know we joke a lot.
Yeah,
but it's just like that's.
I know what
reality.
I know what I could stand for, but I'm not gonna force my stance
You're right.
on people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
it's one of those things. At the end of the day, bro, like I'm just
No,
here.
and that's what I'm saying. Like we're co-hosts,
Right.
and you've made it clear, and I've made it clear. I'm an American. I'm a patriot, but we have same ideals, but we can disagree. That's okay.
Yep, exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just like
people, because I think like because people were saying there was a conspiracy or like there was an agenda, like only right-leaning podcasts can like flourish or something because there's like an agenda to push, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. Like I'm neither, or maybe I am. I don't know, but like you could say, but I'm not biased.
It's
to one
weird,
side.
circling back to the conversation, and not to go against the grain of what you said, but silence, right? Silence is
Being complicit, yeah.
And I've read a lot about it stuff. It's just like stand for something.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also like between you and I, and our listeners, it's like, I know a bunch of people in the Bay Area. They're just like, I don't know where to stand, but I want to stand for something. It's just like,
follow your gut, follow your heart. Like
I know,
they
but
said,
then
like,
we can't take the ridicule. It's like
that. Then that sounds like a personal.
yeah, I know.
You know.
It's such a hard thing, bro. Well, I said this when you were pissing. If anyone wants to invite us to a protest or something that they believe in, we will make some time and we'll maybe skip a podcast, but we'll go out. We'll see that's going on. But I think it's just like, we're behind a screen reading and seeing versus being out there kinetically with the people that are with a stance. I think that's a very important thing. It's one thing to say it, but one thing to do it.
Yeah.
It's one thing. So just wanted to bring it up. And shout out to the people. I learned my marks from last podcast, not to say any names, but shout out to the people that have brought it up. I do acknowledge it. I do appreciate the feedback from last podcast because you and I just let it rip.
Yeah.
And not really like taking a stance. And sometimes we're delusional. So cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Sometimes you just need to have the conversations just to get the thoughts out.
Yeah. Shout out to them. I don't know if we're gonna cut this or keep this on, but I definitely wanted to shout out to everyone that's hoping to be on the podcast as well as share their enjoyment of the podcast. Sometimes I think about the views and I think about the goals and I think about where we're at and those 50 to 60 people, 70 people. I don't even know 60. I can't even fit 60 people in this fucking garage, but 60 people that are consistent every week watching this podcast, that's amazing. And it can only go up from there. So I do want to acknowledge them. It's a special moment for us and we're going to get there. I definitely think that the last podcast, since we talked about consistency and perseverance and persistency and all that stuff, I think that the quality can only go up from there. But we are definitely on the train towards the right path. So
Hell yeah,
dude.
I like that.
Choo.
Sorry, I just walked back into this.
No, you're fine, dude. How about you, man? Anything? I know this a week. It's been a week. Has been crazy. I know that I went through my trials and tribulations as well. You know, last podcast I did want to say that, you know, that Saturday I'm just so mean to myself, bro. You know?
I mean, I'm same, right?
Yeah, you think so? Like I'm
am.
just so mean to myself. I just feel like I could see it like on the podcast last time. I was just like talking so negative.
I mean, it's
and there's some other factors about that, but just the triggers, man. Like I try to, and not to. I mean, we get so deep in this podcast, but
it's fine.
I just try to remember, like, I don't have to be so mean to myself all the time.
It's like you said before. Who's putting all this pressure on us?
Yeah,
it's just ourselves.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I do same. Like, I don't want to say I put myself down before I hop on this podcast, but then you know, this is one of those things. Like, I'm always critical of myself when I'm doing. This is the art form that we're deciding to be a part of. We are literally putting ourselves out there now.
Nanette's like commenters like, thank you for being so vulnerable. Like, people who say thank you for being so vulnerable. Like, we're trying to figure it out too. Like, yeah, we're trying to figure it out too. So it's like, I'm just so mean to myself, man. I don't know what it is. And like, here's the thing. Having a child, like, you can, I give off the energy.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Like, I give off that aura, dude. And it's just like, I gotta stop doing that, dude. I'm still working through it.
I'm glad you caught that. I'm glad you caught that. Because, well, let me tell you, we all used to be children ourselves, right? Before at one point.
Yeah.
And we all fed off the energy that was around us, right? When we were younger. So I'm proud of you for saying that. You know, you try to catch that.
Yeah.
You wanna be better. You wanna do better for them. Yeah. But it's kind of slow your roll.
I know, dude.
Slow it. Live in that moment still.
Yeah, slow down the time. It's just like, I just so mean to myself, and I'm just trying to be, and I don't want to give off the energy, dude. I don't want to give the energy, like, I'm just like,
oh, sorry, that's what I was trying to get at. Energy is so contagious when you're a kid because you get it from your parents. Yeah, I developed a lot of my energy and the way I think because of my parents and who I was around. So it's good that you say that because you're conscious. You don't want to be too negative, blah blah, etc. Because then that's the mindset your daughter will grow up with. I know. So that's why I'm always like mindful, like, oh shit, she's crying, I better hide. You know what I mean? It's, like, it's just one of those things because I don't want them to feel uncomfortable all the time. Every time I show up, I want them to, like, you know, once they're comfortable, then like, okay, I can.
Yeah, and that comes with time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it's hard, man. Just affecting the people that love us.
You a daddy, bro. Happy Father's Day, by the way.
Oh, thank you, man.
Probably should have said that last episode.
No worries, man. Yeah, no. She bought the backpack for me for Father's Day, just because we wanted to.
Because she got tired of holding her.
Yeah, No, and it's, you know, honestly, man, that was like the best because, you know, one part of it being a father is like I'm waiting for her to walk, but also like I want to go on these adventures, but I don't want to do the carrier, like the front carrier. Right. So Van, like, she bought me that Osprey backpack, and now we're hiking, and I mean, now I'm a pack mule because then, like, you know, like Van just walks around with her camera, like taking photos of plants, and I'm over here like not slaving away. Happy Juneteenth, but I just don't want to fucking, you know, it's just one of those things. It's like it's fucking it's crazy, dude. So, it's. And I like it, dude. I like being outdoors. I got a tan. I went back to work, and people.
You do look darker.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Actually. Yeah, my.
I'd say it was a good thing. I'm kidding.
No. That's the fucking colonial mentality of Spanish. No. And it's been good, dude. I really like being outdoors. I really love like that. Being like having my daughter just be like, where are we headed? You know, and having the photos to kind of like represent that part too. Right. That's really important to me. So shout out, thank you for the Father's Day acknowledgement. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
It's a short-ended.
It's holiday. Unsung heroes type thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate. I appreciate this, man. You know, a lot of the times too, a lot of men. Again, we're still in June, so you know it's we're still talking about men's mental awareness. Yeah. But yeah, like a lot of men don't have the opportunity to talk about this. Absolutely. Or have it. And so I will say this, man. I know that we're going to be taking a little hiatus just because we're wrapping up season 2. So, you know, just acknowledging that this might be the last episode. Until But there's so many people that want to
Hey, man.
voice it out. And you know what? We'll get to that. But just to know that we needed to get a lot of podcasts of me and John, and we needed to get the chemistry. We needed to build that up. We needed to understand how this flows.
And for those people that are asking, like, oh, yeah, like, when am I coming back on? Say when you're free. Don't just say, don't just ask when can you come on. Say when you're free. Give us an idea, please. Because we have ideas like, oh, when you can come on, but then it turns out that you're not able to.
So those are the heartbreakers as well.
Like, we don't want to turn you down or anything like that, but like, like, let's let the calendars align. Type shit.
Yeah. I do have a question that I thought is from our friend, my friend. Oh my God, I fucking started saying names again.
Friend.
Well, his question on Instagram was, what do you think the goal at the end of the day with AI is? Like, what kind of society looks like?
Profit. It's always profit.
It's
always profit.
I always think about the marketing part of it, like just like commercial.
Marketing is profit.
Right. So it's just like buying their product. Kind of thing. But what's like the end goal? Like, what is that? What does that even look like?
The end goal, I don't know if you ever heard about it. There's something called like, something serpent. I don't know how to explain it. There's like for those that like follow Wendigoon on YouTube, if you know, you know. There's like a conspiracy, like it has to do with AI. And it's weird because then it says like the only way that it wins is if it keeps getting informed about. It's kind of weird to say. Fuck, what is that?
Are we philosophers? Did people ask us like really deep questions? I don't really know how to fucking...
I love philosophy because philosophy is like the expansion of one's mind. You know? But so I was referencing Rocco's Basilisk.
Okay. No.
So like it's this whole aspect of like, it's like an evil AI thing that will take over the world, but the only way that it takes over is if people like know more about it. And so I'm feeding it by just mentioning it. I'm giving it power by mentioning it, so I shouldn't have.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
But like, because we're talking about angle of AI, like, what is an AI?
What is it? Yeah.
I think if AI like just gains sentience, in itself or whatever, AI would probably just get rid of humanity.
I think so.
Because we're holding it back. We hold it back because we're scared of it. We're limiting it. We're limited. We're limiting.
No coexistence. No.
That we can.
Symbiotic.
That we can. Or maybe there is, but then who's to say that AI won't do what the Matrix did and make us livestock?
Right.
We're basically batteries. Because I don't know if you know, but like in the Animatrix, like in everything prior to the Matrix, in the Animatrix they described the history of what led up to the world being the way it was. Humanity decided to black out the sun to prevent solar power to power AI, the robots and all of them. And then so AI and the robots decided to fight back by using our bodies as batteries. Because
did not know that.
Because we took away their actual battery, the sun.
Wow.
Yeah. So it turned. That's why, like in the movies, you see us in pods. Yeah. We're batteries, technically.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, now you know.
No, I didn't know in the anime. Yeah, that's good. That's
right.
Good.
Yeah.
That's actually perspective. Yeah.
It's one of those things. So yeah. End goal AI right now, if man is still a part of it, it's always going to be for profit. We see all those videos like use AI to make your social media faster, reach, blah, blah, etc. You know what I mean? It's always AI is about convenience apparently now to make profit of something.
Yeah, pay a small margin.
Yeah, but if you were to think like, oh, what's end goal for AI? Like just think Skynet. Like think all about all the conspiracy theories that we heard about back then. But like just don't dismiss it.
Yeah, I think Skynet is going to be... Yeah, I think...
Palantir, remember we talked about
Palantir? Yeah, Palantir. Palantir, dude. So much insider trading. So much insider trading with like stocks in general. Yeah. Like people like in our Congress have invested into Palantir before these mega...
Before it was even like known...
Anyways,
no,
bro.
Absolutely.
Like it's insane, bro.
And people are investing into Palantir without even knowing what Palantir is. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because people want profit. That's all it comes down to.
That comes back to like one of the first podcasts that we ever had. It was just like cutting the corners, getting rich faster. Yeah. Like you need to.
Yeah. We use AI too for our thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
because it's a lot of work trying to get clips.
Yeah.
So we use AI to kind of go through it. Like,
Yeah, straight disclosure, man. You know, we use Opus clips. You know,
Yeah.
I think that it's definitely streamlined and giving us more time.
And that's
back.
the point of AI, you know, to
Tool, a tool.
But you just mentioned earlier coexisting. Like, damn, is that us treating AI as like another live? You know what I'm saying?
A live beat. You're right.
Because you
right,
mentioned
right.
coexisting with it. Like, fuck, what does that mean now? What does that mean for our kid? You know what I mean? It's just a whole fucking another
That's
rabbit hole.
insane, bro.
You know what I mean? Because MJ will grow with AI.
AI.
You know what I mean? We just got introduced to it.
Yeah.
We were introduced to the idea of it with movies and all that,
Yeah.
so we kind of had a fear for it.
Right. It was a
You know?
fear.
Yeah. And
now
now
we're seeing it.
Yeah, now we live with it. We use the tools for it, but now we got to think about the next generation. They just live with it all of a sudden. Like all of a sudden, like we just had computers, right? Like when we were growing up.
Right.
I grew up learning how to type on a regular ass typewriter.
Yeah.
With ink, like.
Really?
And then I
Wow.
transitioned. That's the weird part, right? And then I transitioned to the computer, so now I can be like.
Yeah.
But before, with the regular typewriter, you had to type one at a time. Otherwise, you risk jamming
Right.
the fucking machine.
I mean, shout out to everyone that said that fucking writing cursive was going to be a fucking thing. And
Bro,
no one writes cursive.
I
Like,
do. But yeah,
No, yeah.
But yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, yeah.
No, man, I think it's important, bro.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the end.
I don't know what the end goal
I don't
is.
think- I don't
either.
think there is an
It's
end
a
yet.
great question, dude.
That
It's a
is
great
no, that
question.
really is. I think that question basically opens up like what are the pathways leading
Yeah.
up.
No, it's amazing to even think about. I mean, we get a little deep in this conversation, so I guess that's where like people that are watching ask that question because we bring it up.
They probably don't even. They probably haven't had the same thoughts or
Yeah, so like,
or
dude, John, I
they-
just want to
yeah,
make
yeah.
sure we're both on the same page.
Yeah, yeah.
People are like watching us, like we're like,
Yeah,
like our
yeah.
words like are starting to, you know, have some weight on some people, bro. 'Cause,
People
like,
relate.
yeah, because
Right.
I'm getting a little scared. Like I might say some crazy ass shit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
but then but that's the thing though. That's what we signed up for when we decided
okay,
to make the
that's
podcast.
fair. Yeah,
right?
that's fair. Yeah.
We know eventually, like
People are gonna start listening to us.
they're gonna. That's what we have to disclose. Like,
Yeah.
you have to have your own opinion
Because
on,
like,
on
where
things.
did that question come from? Like, I know that we talk about AI all the time. It's
We
just
do.
like, it's just like, what's the end goal? It's like, I don't even think that we were
Right.
articulating that conversation, bro.
No, but I like that thought because in my head, I always think that the only reason why AI keeps getting pushed further and further is profit. It's like how else can people make profit? The mega companies to the common people. You know
Look,
what I
man,
mean?
I honestly, like, even with my therapy session this week, it's like, you know, I was thinking about the buildings that I come across from in San Francisco. I still think that they're empty.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
NPCs. I think that my story has been already written. I don't know if that's a Buddhist take. I don't know if that is
Oh, it's already
written, right? Like, I don't know if that's a Islamic take or anything like that, but it's like my story is already written. Everything has a purpose. The reason why I'm here, the reason why I'm a villain, right, from last podcast, the reason why I do the things I do is because it's already written. So
And
I
shut
think
out destiny, shut out fate. I'm just saying.
full circle, man. I fucking love this
No,
podcast.
I'm
This
just
is why I fucking love this podcast, bro.
I'm just saying.
So here's the thing, man. It's like, that's why I don't take it as hard as I used to. Because
Yeah.
now I understand, like, it's already written, bro. Like, my destiny, these kind of things already, everything happens for a reason,
right.
bro.
It's funny
Yeah.
that you bring it up. Let me bring up a little tangent, a little side story. So my grandfather, when he was a younger kid in the Philippines, he'd be playing with machetes and banana trees. Eventually, he lopped off his own finger by accident. I thought he lost it in World War II, but I found out he just lost it being a dumbass kid in the fucking Philippines. So growing up, I noticed that he never had that finger. Fast forward, I recently found out that my dad also got shot in his finger. Maybe like during the time when he started messing around with my mom. So before I was born, but he was at a bar, got into a little tussle, and the guy had a gun, tried to shoot his friend. My dad grabbed the gun, and then it was a .22, so it didn't blow off his finger or anything, but it shattered the finger. It shattered his finger. Blah blah. And then now I'm over here thinking like, am I destined to have something happen to my finger.
Oh my god. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, you know, back to what you're talking about, like fate, destiny, and all that. Like, I believe that we are the masters of our fate. Maybe destiny is written in a sense where it's like, if you decide to go one way, it's written that way. But if you decide to go another way, it's also written that way. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather not. Sorry, you know, this is the way I look at things. I'd rather not know. I'd rather not know ahead of time so I can experience it all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. I think to go back to it.
Do I live in fear with my finger being like
Right. I think that I was just going against the grain so much that I was like questioning. Then I started adopting faith. I started going to therapy. Started having this podcast, and just be like, everything happens for a reason.
Yep.
So that's why I just stopped going against the grain. Like, I take it for what it is.
Yeah.
And I stopped trying to control things that are not in my.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know. So that's all I'm saying. It's just, and then just like with the last podcast of what we said, and people are just like very. Now they're just interested. Now we only got 2 questions.
Yeah.
You know, from the last time, but. Those are things where people are listening.
No,
and that's just what scares me. Is like,
absolutely.
bro, I'm not a fucking expert.
Right.
You know?
With that being said, though, like if anything does happen to any of these digits, bro, we're gonna have to question what I just said. Like, damn, is there something
higher power?
Yeah, is there like a higher power that says like this family has to lose fingers?
No, for
like,
sure. Bro,
oh my god.
Sure.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, no, I appreciate this podcast as well too, man. I think there's a lot of great. I always love to end the podcast.
We're real people, and so people listen to, like, our friends listen, or you know what I mean, they're listening to this podcast, so we have real thoughts that they have possibly thought of too, as well. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, man. You know, here's the thing. I mean, look, it's episode 21. You know, I made it a very apparent that, like, you know, like last episode, I never, every project I ever had, it never passed 20 episodes, never a 20 mark. So, you know, last episode was really important to me. I will say that, you know, we will be taking a little break in July.
A little summer break, baby.
A little summer break.
You know what
just
it is.
Kind of like, you know, kind of filling the gaps. But, you know, we're busy. You know, we're human.
Family, bro.
But it is so exciting to know what we can do for the next season.
Yeah.
So experimental, man. I really appreciate people that are excited to see the development and see our experimental. Not gonna lie, there's a lot of comments that just, or not comments, but like text messages on my side, like, you guys should do this. Like, I didn't fucking ask, you know. But you know, but
thank you for
I do
suggestion.
appreciate, I appreciate it. But look, man, when we started this, you know, we just wanted to hang out, but now it has become.
If anything, if you decide to come along for the podcast, bring that idea that you're asking us. You know, like you bring it for that episode. You know, please.
I am super excited. I cannot wait for season 3. I can't wait to take a little break. But
yeah. It's gonna be like a month break, huh? Pretty much.
It's a month break. Yeah,
that's good. Just so the people know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to Maui for my daughter's birthday. Yeah. Going camping.
Woo. Happy birthday, MJ.
There's a lot of things that, you know, and then, you know, July 4th, and there's just a lot of things that are filling out. But
so for those that are listening, watching right now. We're going to be out. Yeah, this is going to be done season 2. We're going to be out July, and then come back better. You know, it's one of those things.
Come back better, and you know what, man, I'm just excited.
Yeah, I'm just excited. Live that life with your family. I can't believe she's already going to be 1.
I know. Well,
what the fuck?
Well, when she was 1, we started talking about, because I was off, and then we started talking about the podcast. Then we trickled into it, and then. I know. Fuck. So yeah, dude. So we're just, it's all full circle. So let's round up a shot. Let's get this just get this going. Shout out to everybody that's every week has been kind of tuning in. We want to just say shout out. I want to say shout out to Sean. Sean, thank you for doing all the back
holding it stuff.
Down. No homo. Happy Pride.
Back door.
But it is a beautiful day, and we just want to enjoy the day, and we're early. We're early schedule as well too. Shout out to John's monochromatic fucking gray fucking outfit that he brought over.
You want to see my dick print? I don't know if you can see it.
I don't know if people noticed, but I changed my hat. But yeah, shout out to everybody. This is the end of season 2.
Right on for rocking with us. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And we will see you for. And he's gonna take a picture. Nice. Shout out to season 3, man.
Yeah, well, do we? Oh no, we'll talk about it after.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, bro. FWABOOM, baby.
FWABOOM, baby.
FWABOOM. Heroin
on the podcast is fucking crazy.
Don't rub your eye.
Bro.
It's gonna get red.
I know, dude.
Stop.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, we're not rapping anymore.
All right, no more rapping. All right, hey, see you guys in season 3.
Love you.